Hello everyone, welcome back to Mango & Co.'s Patterns. My name is Marcy and in today's video, I will be showing you how to sew the Bandeau Monokini. The pattern for this style is available in sizes extra small to XXL at the link below. And also, I'd like to announce that there are new items available on my shop. You can now find high-quality swimwear elastic that is hypoallergenic and talcum powder free. I also have some O-rings, cord ends, and swimwear fabric for your bikinis, so click the link down below in the description box. For this tutorial, you will especially need a 1/4 inch rubber elastic, a loop turner, and a magic erase pen. Before we start, please note the following. On the pattern, there is a shorten and lengthen line at the waist. If you are shorter or longer in the torso area, please follow the directions on page 5 of the instructions. And secondly, please note that the lining pieces are smaller than the self pieces. This will prevent the lining from rolling over. Please note that the self fabric is the floral fabric and the lining is the butterfly fabric. First, we will start by pinning the lining pieces to the self pieces. Pin the front pieces together and the back pieces together, right sides facing each other. As the lining pieces are smaller, stretch to fit the self pieces when you are pinning both together. Base stitch the front pieces and the back pieces in the following areas. Serge a 1/4 inch rubber elastic onto the leg holes of the front piece. For the back piece, you will serge elastic onto both the waistline and the leg holes. The elastic should be sewn with 0 tension onto the dominant side, which is the floral print. Now, serge the top part of the front piece closed. Next, using a seam ripper, you will remove the base stitches. And now, flip your front piece right side out. Then, base stitch the sides and gusset at the very edge. Serge the top part closed. Now, you will place the front piece inside of the back piece. The self of the front piece should be facing the self of the back piece. Match the sides and the gussets and clip the corners together. Using a straight stitch on your sewing machine, stitch the sides and gussets using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. To assure that your corners are nicely aligned, base stitch the corners by hand. Now, cut off the excess seam. Next, you will seam rip a 1 inch hole on the side like so, and then use this hole to flip the garment right side out. Now, blind stitch this hole closed by hand. Fold over the top like so by 3/4 of an inch and straight stitch at the very edge to create a channel. Now let's make the top part of the monokini. Pin the lining and self pieces right sides facing each other. Stretch the lining to fit the self as you pin. Now, base stitch the top and bottom of the cups. Next, using an elastic foot, you will then proceed to serge a 1/4 inch rubber elastic onto the top and bottom areas of the cups. Your elastic foot should be set at 0 tension. Remember to sew the elastic onto the dominant side. Now, flip the front pieces right sides out. You will then proceed to base stitch the ends at the very edge, and you will serge these areas closed. Next, pin the back pieces together, right sides facing each other. Base stitch the pieces at the top and bottom, and proceed to serging a 1/4 inch rubber elastic onto the top and bottom with 0 tension once again. Remember to sew the elastic onto the dominant side. Next, place the front cups inside the back piece. As you are placing your cup inside, the edge that has the base stitch will go in first. Proceed to clipping the corners together. And place the other cup inside, assuring that both self sides are facing each other. Straight stitch each side closed and cut off the excess seam. Then, seam rip a 1-inch hole at the bottom of the back piece and use this hole to flip the garment right side out. Close the hole with a blind stitch. Fold over the edge of the cups by 3/4 of an inch. To create the strap channels, above each end of the strap channel, mark a dot using a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Draw a curve connecting to the dots like so. You will stitch along the curve, then continue straight onto the strap channel using a seam allowance of 3/4 of an inch, and then finish off onto the small curve again. And last of all, let's make the strap. Fold the strap lengthwise, right sides facing each other, and base stitch the strap at the very edge. Serge elastic onto the strap with 0 tension. Using a loop turner, pull your strap right side out. Place your straps through the channels, and now the Aruba Monokini is done. This is how it looks like finished. Follow me on Instagram at Mango & Coast for new swimwear patterns and other updates. Happy sewing!